I like to think of the key to a successful relationship as knowing that there are two whole people who have a life, and then there's a marriage that needs a life.
So the statistic is 50% of marriages fail, right? So the question is, why do some fail and others survive?
That is a great question, Melanie. In my practice with people, I notice that one of the things that seems so important about relationships is building a connection. And I often talk about the relationship as a bridge, and a bridge that we need to build together and walk out on often and get almost to the other side. And this idea of understanding another person and building and cultivating empathy, because what I notice in all of my individual work is that we all just want to be understood.
In our brain scanning studies of people who are in love long-term, we found activity in brain regions among those who are very happy in a long-term relationship, all married an average of 21 years, and saying that they're very much in love with each other. We found activity in a brain region linked with empathy. Two brain regions, one linked with empathy and the other with controlling your own emotions.
Absolutely, that makes so much sense.
Yes, controlling your emotions so that when you're really furious, you don't say everything, you don't kitchen sink it and list everything you didn't like about him for the last 18 years.
Right. You're right. I'm working that one.
You can think and stop yourself.
It's important to remember that certain things that you may say in the heat of the moment can't be taken back. And I like to think of the key to a successful relationship as knowing that there are two whole people who have a life, and then there's a marriage that needs a life. Yes, and both people must feed that marriage. And then it takes on a life of its own, and we move forward.
You know, I have a story about that. I have a girlfriend who said, she wrote me, she lives in California, and she said it was a particular Saturday afternoon. She wanted to work in her garden. He wanted to go to his biology lab, but the relationship wanted them to go off and go fishing together. They went off for the relationship to do what it needed.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, I agree with Tolstoy when he said that all happy families are the same, but unhappy families are unhappy in a different way. That really speaks to me. I think that, there are a million reasons why relationships fail. And I think probably the biggest relationship failure has to do with people who don't have the tools. Some people, for some reason, are lucky enough to have the tools, and they're able to get through the complicated issues that they face and the tangled webs that sometimes get woven. But the people who are ill-equipped to work on their relationship together, those are the ones who fail. And if they don't go out and ask for some help, it's a really sad thing, because we're all sitting here and we all have some great ideas about how to help people. But if they don't come and ask for help, then sometimes the relationship is doomed.
Or even recognize that there is help, or that they could be doing something differently.
Yeah, they call it date night. Just going out on a date, don't talk about the children, don't talk about work, get back into doing the kinds of things you used to do together when you were first dating. And of course, some of that novelty will drive up the dopamine system in the brain and give you feelings of romantic love. You also have to try and have some sex with them too, because
date night can lead to good sex. Time alone where you just concentrate on each other. And when money is a problem, friends can take care of your children so that for you, your community, so that you have this time to be with your cherished one.
This question about why some marriages fail and others survive, it sounds like it comes down to building a bridge, knowing your partner, being empathetic to what they need, taking a walk in their shoes, and having some great sex.